We had a group of quests near the cemetery, Riker's Rest, Stone Garden, whatever. Survey Crypt. Done that, Memory of Heroes. Stone Garden is still there, Riker's Rest is still there, so at least 3 areas. I'll separate the group just in case there are traps here. So, nothing of interest.
Here lies Old Man Malik. No dancing on this grave.
She's as close to a guardian angel as it gets out here.
Here lies Galen Heavendale, a lost soul, executed in his prime, aged 19.
More lockpicks. Now to be fair, I haven't bought any lockpicks in a long time and I haven't manufactured any lockpicks in a long time. The easiest way would probably be to use the soaps we've gathered. I can't think of any other use for a soap than making lockpicks. Any key will do.
Here lies Phylan Surrey, whose family's generous patronage helped build these burial grounds, and who refused to be buried in the Surrey crypt.
We're gonna use a lot of lockpicks here. We could break down these doors, but I don't really want to do that. There was never nothing here. Buried alive, this one. How the hell do you even get entrance to this place? Harkonnen asked us to retrieve a powerful artifact from the Surrey family crypt. Okay, but key has to be somewhere else.
Here lies Old Man Malik. No dancing on this grave. Here lies Phylan Surrey, whose family's generous patronage helped build these burial grounds, and who refused to be buried in the Surrey crypt.
Dylan Surrey. It's his grave somewhere. Like he says, we could go on a search. Surrey grave, basically. Dig it up. Try to find a key.
Here lies an unnamed child. Here lies an unnamed child. Their sorrows here lies an unnamed child. Their sorrows know no bounds. Their sorrows know no bounds. Here lies Marjolenia Pruitt, who won many battles at the bridge and elsewhere. Here lies Theo Payne, fortune teller and visionary. He didn't see it coming. Here lies an unnamed child of the Harkwood family. Their sorrows know no bounds. Here lies Ella Ford, victim of sororicide. No gentler soul has graced this plane, except for perhaps her sister, Deborah. Here lies Victor Flynn, a life story cut short here. She hums quietly. The notes move in rhythm with...
There's no body here, only a pile of rocks.
So it letter. Thought you were clever, huh? Come dig me up, see if I had any coin on my rotting corpse. Maybe my coffin could pay the debts I could not. Fool. You'd have better luck milking these rocks than you would seeing even a penny from me. A Flynn will beg, a Flynn will gamble, but a Flynn never repays his due. As for this Flynn, well, while you rummage through a dirty grave, I'm already nabbing what's not so rightfully mine. You win some, you lose some, my friend, unless you're canny enough to fake your own death, and then you only win. And Victor.
Faked his own death, did he? That's one way to avoid debtor's prison.
Why are there so many human skeletons here?
Here lies Corman Crossley, worked hard for his living. Here lies Roland Harkwood, beloved husband of Prudence, attentive father to Here lies Farron Harkwood, buried near his daughter of Roland and Prudence, sister to Amelia, Carlin. Here lies Amelia Harkwood, died of an unexplained daughter of Roland and Prudence, sister
A lot
Carlin,
of spirits
Farron
here.
and Niles, knifed in her bed by assailants unknown.
Come on, mistress. Hear me. Heed me. You've always had a glint in your eye for old Zimski. Don't abandon me now.
Zimski mutters to himself as he traces sigils in the dirt. He spies you, and a shrewd look brightens his eyes. He stretches out a hand, showing you a solitary coin on his palm.
Heads or tails?
Tails.
He flips the coin high in the air. It twinkles beneath the moonlight as it spins down, and he claps it to his forearm. It's tails.
Lucky. Enjoy it while you can. All my life I served Lady Luck, and see how it ends? In the dirt. Just the same as everybody else.
Turning from you, he crouches back to the dirt. He resumes tracing esoteric sigils, his fingertips swirling through the graveyard clay.
Bent down to the dirt and copied the looping whirls he's drawing.
You seek to call her too? Oh, Lady Luck always came when I called. Until now. Now I cannot influence even a coin toss. But you breathe. I'll wager you've more use for my gifts than I do. Here, tell me what you truly value. If my lady sees fit, I'll give you what I truly value in return.
Say you value control, something it seems he's not too familiar with.
Good enough.
He smiles a foxy smile as he stabs claw-like fingers at your chest. He begins to trace sigils on your flesh. Though you cannot feel his fingers upon your skin, something inside you shifts. You feel a coldness, and a sick longing seeps into your heart.
Stand firm and allow Zimski to continue tracing sigils on you.
He croons incantations as he works, and his voice is like the throwing of 1,000 dice inside your brain. Your body is suddenly filled with lust for coin and craving for more.
Ah, now you feel her touch. Now Lady Luck sings in your blood as she once did in mine. And now I feel nothing.
Did we get a trade or something? We did get a potion at the very least. Source potion. Glistening with potential, this liquid source is redolent of dawn dew. Drinking it will do more than quench your thirst. It will replenish your source powers. Okay. Not much I can do about that, or say about that really.
The spirit does not talk to you, though the pain in its eyes is all too apparent.
Spiritless stone. A comfort to the living, perhaps, but never to the dead.
Minor wealth. Doesn't appear to be anything there. Just a stone lid. Dog-chewed bones. His fresh bones bear the tooth marks of a small to middle-sized dog. And more besides, beneath the little tooth marks you can see dried venom and the swaddling of enormous cobwebs.
Here lies Tree Keller, fell from a great height. A loss. Here lies Leaf Keller, hit by a falling object. A loss keenly felt.
You'll always find a ruthless tyrant behind a righteous
This
king's
would be Riker's house.
Here lies Blodwyn Rince. Rest well, sweet mother and wife. May those whose love to her was given to a life of adventure Gawain Rince, a death beyond
The
a
Rince
shadow,
family.
brother to Gwydion, undeservedly loved, unreservedly condemned. May the seven withhold their grace.
Right, this is a little bit odd in structure, so I think we want to take a somewhat systematic approach to this. I think I've searched quite a lot of areas here in general. Don't want to cross this particular middle point. Not unless we absolutely have to. We just teleport what's inside outside. That'd be the easier way to do things. Can't target the coffin.
Here lies Glenn Raymond, proud father, died in
Throwback to a
penury.
more civilized time. Not that I remember such a time. Nice statue, as statues go.
Here lies the famous sea captain Horatio Rednose Bellwether. Sailed the seas, at last found port. Here lies an unknown traveller. His purse saved him from a pauper's grave, but we did not know his name. Here lies old Lady Boris. No spitting on this grave.
A king of cadavers. He seems to have things under control.
Slobber drips from the dog's bared fangs. Where the driblets land, the soil bubbles.
So he's a saurus creature of some sort.
Come closer. I dare you.
Okay. Take a step ahead. He won't be intimidated by some mutts.
He sniffs, he snarls.
I am death. There's no defying me.
Note his yellowed eyes. This beast commands the dead.
The dog's growls intensify and transform into a rhythmic rasp that mimics laughter. You swear you see the ground behind him momentarily churn and tremble.
Yes, it is as I said. I am death. Flesh decays, but bones dance for me. And do I warn, not one step further. I know what you want here, but Kana's already laid claim to it.
Who is Quana?
Ha! She calls herself master. I call her minion. Whatever name you choose, it is her hand that will wield it, not yours.
The dog raises its head to the stormy sky and howls. The earth beneath you vibrates, a dirge plucked on the strings of a rotting lute.
Necrotic troll, you are summoned. Crawl through the gate. The earth opens for thee.
Kittyland the Bone Crusher. Bone Troll. Golem really. But an archer. They're not really an good Jesus Christ, not a good opponent for us. They're too low level. The troll, on the other hand, no. These are just pathetic losers. Why even bother doing that? Right, if we kill Andras, that'll disappear too. What are you immune to? Knockdown, probably. Poison, bleeding, drunk, suffocating. I'll knock him down. Are you even vulnerable to decaying? Yes. He's pretty much dead no matter what we do. Money, basically. And out-of-date weapon. To make more lockpicks. Do it from nails this time. That'll produce quite a bit more than doing it from soap. And I have quite a bit. I mean, I have 35 nails after this. I need a hammer. They should produce 16 lockpicks. Not a massive amount, but it should cover this area fairly nicely. Also, give them the spiel. I have no idea if there's a consequence to just patching these doors open. I don't want to critically find out. The situation isn't that desperate for us. We can afford to waste a few nails. Which sort of reminds me, I think one of our guys has no slipping on the... Yeah. Rest, not so much. Ooh, you have the level 6 boots. Level 14 boots, level 12. Sort of want to at least give her boots the no slipping ability. The two casters don't need it that badly. Also, it's not that big of a deal really. Once they start to get level 14, level 15 equipment, yeah, then I probably will add nails to everyone. Petrified Blunder. Oh no, petrified. A lot of petrification going on here. We knew this, though. What's causing it? We have a book about this. Stone Garden. Not sure it'll tell us anything new, but let's hear, yeah, the Savants of Stone Garden. Might refresh our mind. Few may hear the calls of the long dead, but though for those of a particular nature, the dead are as loquacious as the living. Those so blessed and cursed are drawn to the Stone Garden graveyard, where they might learn the ways of the ancients and beyond. One such mystic was Mangan Ox, who gained expertise in both traps and petrification, and it is said, rigged his own stone garden sepulchre with a fossilizing mist to petrify meddlesome invaders. Fossilizing mist. Worn out necklace. I think the Medusa mode would be immune to petrification. I can remove that through the fortification ability.
So still here. Like the air itself's been petrified.
I don't want to touch any graves. Sure, we have a huge amount of options here though. Could be that when you try to touch this, shit hits the fan. Is there any way to counter that? Also, why are the skeletons out of their graves? What would be the point? A lot of petrified marauders, those are potential enemies. Okay. Go closest to the marauder. I'm not sure I want to do that. And have someone else cast fortification. This fortification? This not.
Nothing but bone dust. Even the petrified aren't immune to the ravages of time, it seems.
I think we should try to restore as many as we can. These might become our enemies if we leave them here. We know that at least one will be okay. We'll delay this guy. It's an okay ring. Nothing amazing, nothing too bad. Quana is the one that we can probably restore. The thing is, should we restore it before trying to open that or not? I mean, we know that there's a petrification mist, but that doesn't really mean all that much. Even if one of us get petrified, I can easily restore that, and it's not gonna last long enough for them to be turning into skeletons just because of that. At the same time, I have a persuasion character, so it should be a shame if we would waste that potential. I'll leave her for last though. We could just sacrifice someone. Or use armor frost on a character to do it. I think it's safer to try to talk with her though.
Well, isn't this rich? Cursed by a coffin and rescued by a random rube. The indignity.
She huffs in annoyance and rolls her eyes.
Oh, all this trouble, and for nothing. Never figured I'd need frost armor.
Hmm. Ignore her combative tone and ask how she was petrified.
You want me to spoil the story before you see how it ends? I'd never be so rude.
She purses her lips and coyly tilts her head.
Oh, but do forgive me. I haven't offered you proper thanks.
She bows in insincere reverence. Her arm rests on her back, hand mere inches from her staff.
Turn her on your heels. You let her get back to it then.
She goes silent, momentarily willing to let you go free, then rises from her bow and grips you by the shoulder.
Oh, honey, anathema's out there, and I'm not keen on competition if you get my drift.
A jolt of cursed fire flares from her staff.
Especially me.
So a level 11 horse crap enemy. In a turn-based mode, it would be easiest to loot that thing. I don't want to be anywhere near there. So we're gonna pull back. Yeah, let's see what happens. I can cover our own ass. What I need to do is make sure that one of the people who can cast the petrification protection actually is also protected from petrification. get further away. Immunity to petrified. Thank you. It took down our frost shield, cancelled it out. I think we're basically safe now. No reason not to kill her. Okay, not bad. Race-bone widow, money, shadow tomb key. Okay, this is actually useful. Let's look for this. Ripped page. The ring isn't particularly amazing, but it's also level 11 ring. Autumn ring. The page looks to have been ripped out of a larger tome. Said by locals to be a shard of the infamous weapons known as an anathema, and perhaps even responsible for causing Johanna Ceres to descend into madness, in the aging dowager was ever aware of the family heirloom's value, she never let on. In the months before her death, Johanna's mind was lost to hate and hallucination. She would come to mysteriously chant 213 at the few servants that remained as they attended to her bizarre beauty rituals. By the You notice the same succession of numbers mentioned in the text has been scribbled in the page's margins, 213. Didn't expect this, but I'll take it. Also gives us a little bit more focus. So we've basically covered maybe this area, a third. However, it should be one of the more important things here. The big quest, besides Riker's own quest. Access to the shadowy tomb. Oh, yeah, this is where we sort of suffer from doing things in the wrong order. This fight could have been enjoyable if we actually did them in the correct order. Yeah, there's a little bit of bones here. At the same time, we don't really have to spend time on these battles at this point. We did it the hard way. Now we can just walk through this. A lot of bones.
I've spotted something.
Okay. A button.
Still stuck. There must be another one.
213.
What's this? I found something. Ah, success!
Nothing to do with 213 here. Uh, that's fairly suspicious looking. Okay.
Oh, it's shut tight.
Yeah, we need a little bit of extra strength here.
It won't budge. How inconvenient.
So it's not really tied to the strength itself then. I mean, the Red Prince has a ton of strength. This is a gas chamber of a sort.
No, the door!
Okay. Why would you want to do it like this, though?
It won't budge. How inconvenient.
What is the purpose of this? I mean, I'm not taking damage or really suffering. It's starting to pump something in here, so probably not a good thing. But at the same time, it's not a trap. You can leave at any point. So what's the purpose? Let's try to dump some heavy things in there. See if that helps. I don't really get the purpose of this.
It won't budge. How inconvenient.
I have no idea
Won't
what
budge.
they
How
want from me.
inconvenient.
213. What does the 213 refer to? I don't get it. Okay, let's say we use this. But this doesn't really do anything against us. Doesn't help us get there. Don't really see anything different anywhere. There are no other areas here. Yeah, I don't get this. Two buttons, well, three buttons really. 1, 2, 3. Technically, you would have 3. Two, 1, 3. Okay. There are 3 buttons though, so we'll have to. Ooh, clever.
Oh, it's locked fast. Maybe it's connected to some other mechanism.
Right. Sabine will do it. Sabine has the best chance of getting out of her there on her own. She does not need anything. There's a good chance that will pop open. So you need to be the closest one there. And you two, I don't care. What the hell do you do? Don't do that.
Maybe this one? What did that do? Did you hear that? Did something.
Simpler than I thought.
Ooh, treasure chests. I'm sure the ghosts won't mind if I keep a souvenir or 3.
This is a battle. Also, we need 40,000 to get the level up. This is a big battle. Hopefully. Spirit of Johanna.
Unlike so many other spirits, this one is hardly silent. She clicks and squawks the moment you approach her, like a cornered crow facing down a hungry owl.
Are you the new servant, then? A pity. Seems the standard is plummeting quickly. You brought my tea, have you?
Play along with her and hold out an imaginary cup of tea.
The spirit takes the invisible cup from you and takes a sip of non-existent liquid.
I've tasted better brews, but from the look of you, the refreshments won't be improving.
She waits a moment.
You expecting a tip? Well, here's one. Soap. Use it.
Keep your irritation to yourself and bow politely. What's this heirloom of hers you've heard about?
That old thing. It was passed to me by my father, Johannius. And my father's father, Johannius. And my father's 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 father, Johannius. Don't know what happened to the one in the middle. Don't rightfully know what it's supposed to do. Johannius, the umpteens, brought it back from Blood Moon Island. I thought it might be good for stirring stew, but the cook gave it back. Said it made her feel funny. Whatever that... Mama cannot rennet good is.
The spirit stands there smiling, utterly oblivious to her own outburst, leaving you to ponder the strange words she shouted. Mamtenem Renekt Udil.
Tell her you'll bring a better cup of tea if she explains what just happened.
What just happened? You mean my display of proper posture and etiquette? The benefits of charm school, I don't expect you'd qualify.
Sigh, you've had enough of this.
Hurry back. The eyebrows still need blocking.
What do we have here really? A lot of undead guardians probably. Statues with candles burning where the head is. Okay, let's see what happens.
Oh, too heavy.
Oh shit. Nothing happened. Unusual artifact.
You feel the unusual object's vast energy before your hand even touches its smooth surface. Upon contact, the semi-transparent artifact shivers and speaks. You feel you've heard this language before, but where you cannot remember. And what these intonations mean, you cannot say.
Adan, Falon Dumorav Narvur Revelis. Awenu Arye, Demchu Sha'an. Sadenmenia Veitfen, Domdrisval Veid Evrekis.
Repeat the words the spirit spoke. Mantehenem nect ud il.
The shard responds with another sequence of unusual and ominous words. This language is beyond your comprehension.
Look more closely at the item.
The oblong object is crystal clear and unmarked by marks or chips. It rests snugly in your palm, as if meant to be gripped with a resolute hand.
Place the object in your pack. I don't want to gamble more on just saying things to it if I don't understand it.
You're back! Good. I'm ready for my...
No fighting for us. Well, at least not yet. Brittle Spear, durability 1. Good damage though. And in this game, a Brittle Spear might not be horrible, because you need to really bash it. Bash something with it. So before it takes the damage. First game, every time you pretty much hit something with it, the durability drops. Here, not quite. Ruby. Okay. Clay Sentinels. They do have durability. Okay, I'll admit this was not my best idea ever, but petrification probably doesn't work on that, just punch though. New skill, Petrifying Visage. Yeah, it'll do damage. Except they're made of clay. Right, they don't give a shit about earth or poison damage. I need to be somewhere else. They're vulnerable to something. Air. I do have air grenades, and I think this might be a okay place to use one, because I'm unlikely to use on anything really. There's a rare opportunity of maybe doing something useful with something like this. Right. You need to do two things. First, you need to... Actually, no. Right, we need to batter ram into the center of things and then more or less just do an area of effect attack in the middle of things. There are no perfect positions here though. We can't get into the center. Their weakness toward air. Didn't think they're too strong against fire either though. A couple of them are a little bit tougher, only a little bit. Clay Embrace, oh shit. Well, I didn't expect this, actually. They're blocking each other for the most part, and they're incredibly weak now. They have like less than 20 points each. However, they do a decent amount of damage. There's no way I can tank this many attacks. Thing is, we need to destroy the better sentinels to get anything done here. They're low on health, but they have a decent amount of armor. Another interesting fight. Just should have been better prepared for this. Realize what the real threats were. Right, the Red Prince is dying. Loot! Again, this is not a tough fight by any means, it's just... I did everything wrong. Attacked the wrong targets. They didn't know they were going to be resurrected immediately, so I basically just wasted their first turn, which was supposed to be used to take out the two guys who actually mattered. It's not a bad fight. I feel like this is more of a noob trap again. I think by still telling the spear what we needed to tell, we avoided the fight here. But Sure, we want to do that. What are you good against? Don't think they really do much at this point. I need to properly attack it. Delay. Want him to join the fight. These guys provide no experience, so attacking them is a waste of time. $2,000 for these. We can probably do enough elemental damage at this that will end the fight. Frozen, 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 wet, and any kind of electricity attack at this point will probably do it. Okay, I didn't expect these to resurrect anymore. So you still need to kill them, they just won't be coming back. Also, they're doing a lot of critical hits, a lot of critical hits. I guess that's the benefit of using a spear. 200 weapon damage with a massively improved chance of getting critical hits. Still, we've been a fairly good spot. Right. Probably can't cause him to go to sleep. He'll die if he goes there. Who is that? Right. Additional job fighters join the fray. I don't want to go there. Can't really attack them though if I don't. They don't give a crap about poison damage. I suppose I can take care of these if nothing else. Okay, that only wakes them up. Thanks. This game. I can probably get 4 of them. And I can still jump away. Right, not bad at all.
I'm ready.
Really have attacks left, but I do have a summoned creature left, strong enough to take care of control of place and then surely. They hit like a truck, but they're so fragile.
They're dead. Well, more dead.
Dither. Any worthwhile loot? That's the important part. A candle. Seriously? I suppose I got a little bit of experience out of them. But yeah, it wasn't really worth fighting. Still, it never saw a combat like this before in the game, so wanted to play through the scenario. Right, the good ones had candles. No? Some of them had candles, some of them had nothing. Waste of time of a fight. There should be healing fire. I don't want to give the spear to the guy who gave us the quest. Because this reminds me quite a bit of the... It's not this one. Anyway, where the oil field, that's where one of the Eternals was, and someone took some sort of a specialty weapon from there. This reminds me of the same thing. So we could potentially be giving our enemies another one of these weapons. I'm probably going to give it to him if I can't find a reason not to give it to him though. But I'm going to defer the decision to a later date once we've talked to Jahan and other people and the Blood Island. It's not something I want to make a decision on now. Maybe I need to learn the language, for example, to communicate with the spear.
This thing speaks to me. But what is it trying to say?
It has a nice rhythm to it, doesn't it? Kind of like a song. Beautiful language.
Sounds like a demon with a swollen tongue. I wonder if what's inside is as pleasant as a demon with a swollen tongue.
Doesn't make any sense. I don't want to find out if that's a warning or an invitation.
Sounds like any other plea for mercy to me. Utter nonsense.
Either way, we'll leave things to this. We are closer to a level up. Less than 30,000 XP now. I think we've more or less covered this area. There's a similar sized area still left. Not sure if it has any real activities for us to do. Maybe a couple of crypts and graves to go through, that sort of thing. But after that there's Riker. We've already blew the quest Riker gave us. So So that's not something we can complete. What we want to do is Space Riker. Maybe look at the upper stairs. There's at least something that produces a gigantic webs there. There's the dog there that we can probably interact with. I have a couple of items that probably belong to that dog in the upper floors there. So I might be able to squeeze information out of it. So we have options, things to do. But that'll take time. I would like to maybe position ourselves somewhere where we can continue on fairly smoothly. Don't recall exactly where we've been though. Right, we certainly interacted with the crematorium. Don't see a reason to try to mess with anything here. There's nothing interesting here in the first place. Except you. Spirit of a lizard.
It's hard not to feel some pride in reptilian engineering. I watched an elf spend hours trying to force his way into a lizard's chest. Eventually, he threw it into the flames. But still it sits there, indestructible.
Yeah, this would have been probably the answer to the how to get into the chest without breaking it.
He did not leave empty-handed, unfortunately. I pity the poor salamander that he dragged back to his ghastly home.
Ah. Pity the poor salamander. So was the salamander supposed to be... Ah. And the chest was tied to that somehow. Yeah, by the time you get the spirit vision, you could have gotten a lot of clues about
Here
what
reposes
to do.
an unknown alchemist.
Here
whose
lies an
scars
unknown
glowed
wagoner,
after her death.
run
Here
over by
lies
his
an unknown
unknown
ne'er-do-well
ne'er-do-well
in
We are
dark
glad
light.
to steal
Unknown
Plans
this and
go
that.
give her rest. We are glad to give
I'm
him
pretty sure I
rest.
haven't been here, so yeah. The cutoff point is pretty much here. We'll look at the penis-shaped area there and move along, ending up at Riker's house, and we'll clean that place up. Probably ending up in some kind of a fight,
Here lies Maggie Sandony. Her body lies in cold
but
in
maybe
place.
not.
Her soul
I mean,
went
just
to
because we
another
didn't do
place.
the Riker's job doesn't mean he wants to die by our hands. So, we'll see.